Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. We spent some time thinking about how much to reveal in this Vortex about the responses we received from atheists in regard to our Vortex last week on Catholic government. Now, first off, a little clarity. When I suggested the phrase, a benevolent dictator, I could have been a little more precise. A better use of terms would have been a Catholic monarchy. Yep, that's the ticket, a Catholic monarchy. In either case, a boatload of secular blogs and websites got the point rather easily. Skipping minor details about choice of words and the hair splitting over the difference over democracy and democratic republic, they completely understood what we were saying. And just for clarity, let's repeat, so everyone understands. Western civilization would be better off if it were a Catholic monarchy. How this comes about? I don't know. The point wasn't to publicize a battle plan for overthrowing a secular humanist government. It was to point out that we are already living under a dictatorship, the dictatorship of relativism, to borrow the Pope's phrase. Parrying that phrase, I suggested a benevolent dictatorship. Well, that brought out all those sad sack boo-birds. And for the record, we're not pointing viewers to the thousands of comments floating around out there on the internet. No links over here this time. But if you want to go hunt for yourself, I suggest you make sure you have the stomach for the most foul-mouthed, Catholic-bashing, invective-filled hate speech you've ever read in public forums. With a pitiful, laughable lack of knowledge of history, not to mention theology, atheist zealots have descended on real Catholic TV with all the enmity of Satan himself. By the way, they may not believe in him now, but they will. While the specific report itself about Catholic government is the direct object of their attack, it only takes a couple of postings for all the vile to come spewing forth. A number of them attack the Eucharist, the Pope, and especially the priesthood. I won't repeat some of the extreme blasphemy uttered about our blessed Lord in the Eucharist, but suffice it to say, it is filled with expletives and the most coarse language available to the vocabulary-challenged atheist set. But in a way, their response should be instructive. See, the whole point of that Vortex episode was to reveal that Catholics need to start seeing the world for what it is, for what it has always been, ruled by a hate-filled angelic monster that wants to destroy, or as St. Peter says, roam about like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. When God the Father says to the serpent in the garden, I will put hatred between you and the woman, between your offspring and hers, he wasn't kidding. Here's the point. People more than you know hate the Catholic Church and what she teaches. And I mean hate. And it's really because they hate themselves. People aren't capable of emitting that much hate against other people unless they are filled with self-hate. They are in love with evil. They're trapped by it, enslaved by it, and rage against the good. But what they fail to realize in their adulterous or chemically addicted or money-worshiping or power-hungry or attention-crazed or over-the-top self-consciousness, pride-filled or otherwise promiscuous lives is this single point. They themselves are already living under a dictatorship. They are under the power of the cruelest taskmaster there is. They are chained by their passions and fears, and if they stay the course, they will die in their sins. But for now, they are already dying quiet lives of emotional and psychological exhaustion, and they rage against the machine of their own creation. Deep down, they know the spiritual shipwrecks that their lives really are or will become. What does the Church offer? Simply this, to move from a monarchy of hate to a monarchy of love, because we are all slaves to the master of our choosing, God or Satan. It's just that in the end, one will say to us, I no longer call you slaves, but friends. Who would you prefer for your monarch, Christ or Satan? Because in the end, you and I will bow to one. Look at your life and make your choice. Choose wisely. I want to shout out for our enthusiastic atheist viewers out there. You really need to check your hate speech. It's way too revealing. I'm Michael Voris.
Please help us keep delivering these kinds of messages that so desperately need to be heard and acted on. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber. Become immersed in the faith established by Jesus Christ. The Catholic Church is the only hope against evil because that is its God-given mission. As our Lord said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber and come to learn and love Christ more deeply.